Vicky here with you, and today we're gonna play with some toppers that I got from Francis. So I had put a bunch here in this envelope, and I really want to play with the cutie patooties, these little guys. And look at these, they're so adorable. They're totally adorable. And there's the little gnomes and fairies as well that I thought would be really fun to play with. So I'm not going with the masculine theme today. I feel more girly and cute and that sort of vibe, so that's the one I'm choosing to play with. And I've also pulled out this that she had sent along, because I thought maybe some of the papers would be pretty, like for example like this one. I also have my stash of recycled pieces there. And if you are a subscriber of my newsletter, you will have gotten a freebie sheet which looks like that, and it has all kinds of different sentiments on it. And I did these using, I basically scanned this piece here, which was black and white die cuts, and then I put the sentiments on it digitally, and I made this super pale so that it could print with the least amount of ink as possible, because I figured that if I left it like this and people just print it like this, it was going to cost them a fortune in black ink, which I totally don't want. I also in the newsletter explained how to save on some ink. So if you've gotten the newsletter, you should have seen the picture on how to set it up so that you don't lose ink when doing it. So this is the full sheet that was included, and I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you liked it. And if you are not subscribed, well, you missed out on this freebie. I try to give freebies every month just because I like giving stuff to folks that follow me, and I still need to do my my blog post. Usually I do a freebie there as well, so you can go and check out my blog posts and get some freebie images that I've done there. And so I've pulled out some that I haven't used yet. Basically, I did some cards for my Patreons last week, and I used the ones that had the brads, and use a bunch of different brads that I had in my stash. If you don't have brads for these, you could also use just regular, just put a little bling or a little pearl, whatever, and it will remove that for you. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed it. So let's start the card making process, and let's get chatting. I hope you've been enjoying the beautiful weather. It's gorgeous here. Yesterday I spent some time by the pool. I did a little bike ride with my husband. It was just really nice to enjoy. It's a bit colder, I would say. Like, the pool is really not that warm for this time of year, because the nights are fairly cold. So let's use up this little guy first. Just think, this one is just so adorable, but it's really big. It's really big. However, if I was to do a 6x6, let's say, do I still have a big 6x6? I usually had some pre-cut. No, I don't. But I have this sheet here, which is 1/2 by 11, and I could. Oh, actually no. These are they pre-cut all the way. No, they're not pre-cut all the way, but they're pre-cut. Well, I say that, but then again, it kind of is. because if you fold it, then it really is, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's use, I do have some big sheets here behind me. So let's use a 12 by 12. Just make a big card out of this little guy because it's just super adorable. And I don't want to cut him down too much to the point where you're not going to see him really. So, and I always need 12 by like 6 by 6 cards. I don't send those out as often just because it's so expensive, but you know, because look, he's gonna fit the full thing pretty much. Let's see, what type of papers do I have that goes with them. So what I could do is just cut him out this way and then put a sentiment here, maybe? How am I gonna do this? I could use one of those borders, maybe. And I didn't align my paper properly, so there's a little bit of an edge which is bothering me. And that's a bit better. Okay, so what I could do is cut it and then put a stripe of this on this side, or leave it bigger. But then I need to fill this up, kind of. What sentiment came with these little guys? Is there one that would fit? Oh, there's a bigger stripe here. Maybe I could use that. Or even this one, which is part of the paper, which technically I would not use. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. So I'm going to leave a white border. I'm going to cut this first and then I'll cut the other side, just because I really want to make sure that I have the little guy as well placed as possible. And then this we can use as background for these cards. Okay, so I cut him. I would cut it like right over here. And I bet we can use this for one of the other cards. Okay, so we're going to use this like so. Already very pretty. That's what's fun with these kits, is that it makes it super easy. So we'll just remove these pieces. The one thing that I don't like with using these is the little tabs that are on the sides that you kind of have to fiddle with after to remove. Those are the parts that I don't like as much, but yeah, it's a very small thing versus the beautiful kits. And I'm kind of jealous that they're so readily available in England and here in Canada and the US. You don't see them as often. Like I found some on Amazon, but not much. And I know my scrapbooking store had some at one point, but I'm not sure that they have much either. And if they do, like, it's very limited, the selection. Just cut. What a cute name for that set. It's called Have a Nice Day. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. I don't think I'm going to use much of this left, but maybe a bit of the blue piece, who knows. I'll just keep this one as well, just in case. But I'll get rid of the rest. But what I'm thinking of using is this piece here, which would be pretty. Very pretty on here. So I would say that I cut here and I cut here. Just gonna make this straight because I'm not quite sure if it is. This is not easy. Cut this off first. Does it look straight? Or is it straight enough to do the job? No, I think it's straight enough to do the job. So I will glue this down like so. You're making cards, you're not making anything like super serious, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We tend to be very hard on ourselves and want everything to be just perfect and all the lines to be straight and everything, but honestly, like, whoever is going to get your card is just going to be so happy to get a handmade card. And if they're not, and they're noticing and making comments about the fact that your lines are not straight, honestly, like, don't bother making the cards for them, because they don't deserve it. That's my opinion anyway. But you can do what you want. I just think that at that point, and this would be cute. It's the right colors as well. It could be a fun happy birthday. And I do have a birthday card that will be required fairly soon. So maybe I'll use that. Now I do have the die cuts for this, so I could have used the bigger size to cut these out, but just want to show you how easy it is to use these. And here we go. And it could be just like that. Now, wonder if I have bling. I have the silver bling, but the silver bling is not going to go with this. but I believe I have some that is more like teal colored, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. That's the perfect one. It's more teal, and I think it's going to be just perfect for this. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. And then decide where I'm going to put this. Then I'm going to put the little bling. There's cat hair all over it. Just from when I was still downstairs, because my cats now can't come into my studio, but they used to be able to, and okay, so something stuck here on it, and it's kind of, it's dark, so it looks strange, like it's a thread or something. Okay, this is not going to work for the top part. It's like I said, there's this thread that's bothering me. Okay, so we'll use this for the bottom, and I'll just have to pick up another piece for the top. I just need about that much. Whoops. Here we go. And voila, we've got a 6x6 card that was fairly easy to make. The biggest part was deciding that I was going to do a 6x6. Okay, so then I have this little cutie, and I have another big one. Is this big one too big for this? It fits barely, but it would fit. And I feel like this size is better for sending just any type cards. So I have in my stash this piece left of a previous project, and that would be the perfect size for this. I could put the full top. Let's do that. And just cut around the card. Okay, so here we go. And then we can put this here. But I also have this left over, which would be the perfect embellishment for it. Well, that was an easy card to do. And I don't think I'm going to put a sentiment on this one because the image is really big, and I feel like it's enough. Like it doesn't need more, and I can use it for anything. Okay, now this cutie pie, does he fit on this? Yes, it does. Now, that way. And then I could cut out all the pieces, but honestly, I kind of like them the way they are. So I'm wondering if I could just put a sheet of this underneath. I could just do that and then put this on top and call it a day. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Now, I could put the sentiment like that. Let's start off by gluing this down, and then we can take it from there. Okay, so I could do this just like that, or I don't like that sentiment with this, or I could put this like that, but it's the wrong way, or I turn it over and then put it like that. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to go. Now, of course, now that I glued it that way, the two, like this part goes this way and that part goes that way, but it's okay. Makes it more interesting. And then I just need to make sure that I capture all the pieces so that they don't come apart. I could have put this down just a tad. I did that. Then I could put a piece of bling in between and at the top here, at the bottom I mean. And it's not quite in the middle, but oh well, it's glued down and now it's sticking to the paper, but still adorable. Okay, so then we are left with these few pieces. We have this here. I don't want to put that underneath. What else do I have? It's a pretty color, but not the right with the blue. This is just an envelope, but it has a pretty pattern. I think what's throwing me off is I feel like there's too much pink. So I think I'm going to adjust some of the pink out to make it easier for myself. So let's see. Let's see how we could do this. Where's my pencil? Oops. Okay, so I've got a piece of blue. Which is not straight somehow. So this is straighter. Okay, so we could go with that. Then what I'm thinking is putting a very small amount of pink, just enough to put, let's say, the sentiment. And what else do I have? It could be cute. I wonder. It would have been pretty. It's not quite big enough. This one could fit though. Yeah, I think this one would fit. So let's do that. We'll put this down. And as you can see, like, you can use whatever you have in your stash, basically. That's what I'm going for. An old envelope. Well, it was an envelope that probably Frances sent to me because it's a blue one and she's usually the one who sends these along to me. And so there we go. This little guy is going to go there once I remove the little tab. And then this can be glued on there. I think I'm going to use just my scissors because I've got a feeling I might cut my fingers off if I use the guillotine. So I'm going to just put the "Have a nice day," "mice day" here. And just a tad more. And put this right over here. And voila, very soft little card. Gonna have just enough time to do one last one. So we're gonna use this little guy that's just snoring away. He looks like he's resting and having fun. Okay, this one somehow is crooked. So I'm thinking we're going to put that. And then, so that will be the base. And then I'm thinking I'd like to put this piece and then him on top. Just remove that edge. Cut this down a bit. So, like so. And then I thought I had another one. Sending special wishes from me to you. That would work. So we've used like the most of 2 sheets of the kit, which is pretty awesome. And those are probably the ones that came with this kit, because there was that page with the bigger mouse and the piece with all the individual mice alone. So now I'm left with this border, this top part, this which was already in my stash, little bits more, but like really not that much at all, which is pretty awesome. And we've made all these cute cards. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing me make these and that it inspires you to use up stuff that you have. I would love to know if you are using the sentiment sheet that I provided and if it was useful for you guys. And yeah, I can't wait to know which one is your favorite. That's always something I love to know. Out of the cards, which one did you prefer? And that is it for now. Have a wonderful week, guys. Love you. Bye.